Hello, today we're going to talk about taking panorama pictures with the iPhone. So, this is a picture that I took earlier today. I haven't edited yet. So, first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take a panorama picture, okay, using the iPhone. As you can see, there is an arrow here on the left, that goes all the way to the left. And then as you see, it says move when taking panorama pictures. So I'm just gonna go around the room. I wanna show you something that is very important. So first you hit the button, right? And you move it, you move it, you move it. By the way, it tells you to slow down. So just keep moving, keep moving, slow down, right? And when you hit the end, that's it. And now we have a picture. It's that simple. Okay. Now, something that I wanted to show you that is interesting is, let's say, by the way, if you hit the arrow, you can just go in the opposite direction. So you can hit it and you can go, oh well, so hold on a second. First, press the button, you start going. By the way, you can stop here, turn it around, and then keep going here. And when you click, you have one side and the other side, but it's basically the same thing. See? So this is no different. Okay. So as you can see, this is very simple. Now to take a good panorama picture is a little bit harder. So what I did is, let me show you some pictures that I took today. It's important when you take pictures that you take several pictures. So I knew that my objective was to get the clouds. The clouds was the key here, okay? And why does this not look like a complete panorama? Because I did not go all the way, like I showed you the example before. So let's go through the pictures that we have here. I like the clouds here. The boats are a little bit cut off. So here I'm trying to get more of the boats, but I keep missing the clouds. So here I realized when I did it all the way, I actually liked the way it came out. It cut the boats, but that's fine because that's not the point of attention, okay? Now here's the most important thing. So what we're gonna do now is edit the picture. So I'm just gonna hit edit, right? So when you hit edit, you can put it this way and you have your menu. The first thing you should always do is the crop. So we're gonna start. By the way, this right here, it automatically does the picture, the editing for you. Nice, but I like to do my own editing. So I'm gonna click it again so that it reverts it back to the way it was. So the first thing that I do is I always start with the cropping. So I'm gonna click crop. Now if you touch it, you can move it. It's actually pretty straight. So, but let's say it wasn't straight. I can just move. See on the left hand side where is the row right here? You can go back and forth and then you can reset. So let's see. I actually think it's pretty good. That's I think more by chance than anything else. So I'm not gonna do much to the cropping. Like I said, the clouds for me are fundamental. Maybe I crop a little bit on the bottom, a little less of the building. That's fine. I mean, again, so we're done with the cropping. So the next thing that we're gonna go to this menu of buttons here. So you have original, vivid, warm. I actually don't want it so warm because I like the contrast. This is too much. You know, the contrast of the blue and the orange. Dramatic warm. No, I actually prefer the original. So I'm gonna go back to my original. So I'm gonna keep it on the original, okay? So there is nothing else in this menu. So now comes the most important menu. So here you have several things. You have light, color, and then if you want to convert it to black and white. So the light is really where everything is. Okay, so the first thing that I'd like to do is work with the highlights and the shadows. Highlights means, okay, that if there is anything too bright, it's gonna take care of removing something that is too bright. So I don't see anything too bright. The other thing is it will give a little bit more contrast to the clouds. So you see how the clouds are coming out as I move it? See, a little bit more. It's interesting how it saturates a little bit. But what I'm trying to do, you see these clouds over here? I'm trying to get them to show more. So let's see, if we go to one extreme, it shows a lot less. If I go to this extreme, it shows more. So that's fine. Okay, let's click back on the menu. So now let's click the shadows. The shadows means if something is too dark, like here, it's going to open up the shadow. So it's going to make it lighter. See, so this is less light, this is more. I don't need to see everything. I mean, I want the picture to be a little bit dramatic, but it then looks a little bit unrealistic. So I'm actually not gonna do much with the shadows. Maybe open it a little bit. So those are like very small. You see, I made very small things. Now I do want more contrast. So I'm gonna click on the contrast. Yeah, this is what I want, more contrast. And now I like the contrast, but here is too dark. So I'm actually gonna go back, and with the shadows, I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit more light. Too much. That's fine. If I have to give up something, I'll give up on, I prefer more contrast. Okay. So black point means, again, it's the opposite of the shadow. It's actually making everything a little bit darker, which gives it a little bit more contrast. Okay. So far so good. Color, I don't want it to be more saturated. It already looks a little unrealistic. So I'm actually not gonna see. So this is the original. This is less saturated. I don't want to, it's not a black and white picture, but I'm just gonna leave it. It's fine. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now we finish with everything that is in the light menu. Now, I like it the way it is. This is fine. I would have liked a little bit more light over here. I'm just gonna play a little bit more with the light, and I'm gonna actually increase the exposure just a little bit. Actually, this. So I increase the exposure just a little bit. And then, because the trees, I don't want them so greenish now, I'm actually gonna go with the black one and make it darker. So, those are like really small adjustments. So, I think I like it like that. I'm a little bit concerned about I think with the highlights, No, it gave way too much saturation. So I'm gonna click done. It's saving the photo. And this is the final photo. Now, let's see if I made any improvements. Edit. I'm actually gonna revert to the original. Yeah, I mean it's better, but you know what? I think I overdid it, I think I'm actually going to very quickly, just, and I'm going to do this a little quicker. So I'm going to the light, and I'm actually gonna go to what I want is black point. See those trees that are so green? Oh, there you go. So this is the way it was. So this is a little more contrasty, and that's it. I like it like that. I actually like now that it shows the whole building. Gives a little bit more balance between this building and this building. So anyway, that's basically it. One more thing is that if you want to, and I highly recommend it, you can download PS Express. That's Photoshop Express. Okay, Photoshop Express allows you to do a lot more. So for example, you can do a lot more contrast of the picture, and you can do different effects. So let me see. Oh, here it is, effects. So if I want to add a little bit more clarity, okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit more clarity. See how that looks. It's interesting when you're doing a panel, it's struggling a little bit. It works very well with portraits. So I'm actually gonna close this. I think I don't know what I did. Okay. I'm gonna hit cancel. Okay. I guess the Photoshop Express works really well. Sorry, those are my emails. When it comes to portraits, but I guess here when it has a panel, I had never used it with a panel. I guess it struggles a little. So anyway, that's the video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, put in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer your questions. Thank you.